Vamos, vamos, vamos. Okay. Eek. Hey guys, how's it going? In case you didn't know, I am Alice, and today, as you can see in the title, I'm going to be talking about the fact that I moved to Spain alone for 2 months. To me, this wasn't really a big deal, and then people kept being like,
wait, what? Like, you're going alone and you're going for 2 months, like, what are you gonna do? Blah blah.
and everyone was like, what the hell? Oh, hold on, 1 sec. Oh. Yeah, so everyone was kind of going on to me like this was such a brave thing to do, like that I was doing something like so mad. It didn't really hit me until like a few days before I was going that I was like, oh fuck, I'm going alone, like what am I gonna do? But I'm home now. Just taking off my slides. I'm home now. I have no plans for this video whatsoever, but I guess I'll just shite on about how my experience went, how I went about it, what I did, what I liked, what I didn't like, where I went, why I went, etc. So first thing is first, I went to Madrid. I'd never been there before. I originally wanted to go to Barcelona, but I've been there twice before and they speak Catalan there, not Castellano, so that was kind of a big thing for me because I was primarily going to practice Spanish. I loved Spanish in the Leaving Cert, and if anyone watched my Leaving Cert results video, I was pretty good at it in school with my college course. You don't do a language, you don't do Erasmus, so I literally hadn't studied it for 2 years. I was like, if I really want to get back at a high level, I kind of just have to go and speak it. So that was kind of my thought process during the year, because my contract ended in May and I knew I had work for the month of June elsewhere. So I was like, what am I going to do for July and August and part of September, because I do not want to be stuck in my little town, like living at home doing nothing. So it was either I was going to find an internship or some sort of beneficial job in media or whatever, or I'd go to Spain. And then I was like, oh fuck it, YOLO, let's go to Spain. So I decided on Madrid just because it's a big city. I like big cities. It doesn't have a beach, but that didn't really bother me. Like, beaches bore me. So basically I was like, right, I'll book accommodation for a month. I'll see how that month goes, and if I want to stay, I can stay on for longer. So the first month that I was there, I was in an apartment with 5 other people, like just random people. I got the apartment through Spot at Home in case anyone is trying to go spend some time in Madrid. I used Spot at Home. It was 300 for the first month. Yeah, they were nice people. The location was really nice. The apartment was a bit shit. No air conditioning. This was another thing. Everyone was like, you're gonna die with the heat, you're gonna die with the heat. And while yes, it was very hot, and I don't think I'd ever experienced heat like that, so I really didn't know how I was gonna handle it. I survived there for 2 months with no AC and it just didn't bother me at all. July was upwards of 35 degrees most days and I was grand. I was like, oh my god, I'm so foreign. While I was there for the first month, I was like, hell yeah, let's stay for another month. So I booked a different apartment for August, which was a 4-person apartment, but while I was living there was no one else there until the last 2 days. A German girl moved in on the last 2 days. So I basically had like a studio apartment to myself for a month, which was unreal. Whenever I told my mom this, she was not excited for me. I was like, oh my god, there's no one else here and there's no one moving in until I leave. And she was like, oh my god, that's so bad. I was like, that's fucking class. I got a full apartment to myself, you big wagon. So that was my living situation. Both apartments were in really good locations, both from Spot at Home, and I think the second month I might have paid like $290 for the month, something like that. Maybe it was like $275. I can't remember. It was under €300 anyway, which, girlies, if you're from Dublin, or if you're trying to live in Dublin, or I feel like rent everywhere in Ireland, €300 for a month to live in Madrid in a really nice apartment. Come on, what are we doing in our capital city? We don't even have that much to do in Dublin. And like, you pay over €500 for places that aren't even close, and then all the public transport is shit. I learned so much about what's wrong with Dublin by living in a different city for 2 months. The main aim was to learn Spanish, so I did what I could to meet Spanish people. I had to go out and do lots of things by myself, go on nights out on my own and just talk to people, go to events by myself, things like that. And if you are looking to travel alone, that is something that you definitely would want to feel confident doing. Like, I'm grand with going to things on my own, but even still, when you have to like work up the courage to approach people and chat to them in English, grand. When I have to do that in Spanish as well, and I'm constantly thinking of, fuck, I'm saying this wrong, oh, that's a mistake, do I even know what I'm talking about, do I know what they're talking about? It's hard. I remember there was one day when I met up with this big group of Spanish girls who I'd never met before, and I was literally sitting there the whole time, not a breeze what they were talking about. I was just sitting there and the conversation was just moving so fast, and it was so exhausting trying to tune into everything that they were saying, and like people would talk over other people, the conversation changed so quick. It was like, once I got a grasp of the conversation that they were having, and I was like, okay, I know how to have my say in this conversation, like I've thought about what I want to say and how that translates, if you get me, they'd moved on to another conversation. And it was just so tough. And I remember that day I went home and felt like a piece of absolute shite. When that happened, what I would do like the next day would literally be like, okay, today has to be better than yesterday, so if I can go up and have a conversation with one person today in Spanish, that's a W, bitch, that's a win. You just kind of have to push yourself and give yourself goals, and don't be hard on yourself if you can't understand things, or I don't know, if things just don't go your way one day. So another thing that people keep asking me is like, how do I make friends, how do I meet people? And ladies and gents, I'm just gonna put this out there right now, if you're traveling alone, get Tinder, okay? Get Tinder. I don't care if you're gay, you're bi, you're straight, if you're not into anyone, if you're in a relationship, get Tinder, because you'll meet people so easily. There doesn't have to be any sort of hidden intentions, there doesn't have to be any relationshipy whatever involved. I made a lot of friends off Tinder. Also, like, I don't know, just get Tinder. What did I do for money? That's another question people keep asking me. I did have a decent amount of money going over as well. I'm gonna say I'm in a very privileged position that my parents can help me out with money. I don't want to try and like play this off as if I didn't use my parents' money for anything, because I definitely did, and like I'm very grateful to have been in that position. And then finally I worked in an Irish bar called The Cavern. Shout out to Javi. If any of you are in Madrid and want to go to an Irish bar, go to The Cavern. The drinks are kind of expensive, but the boss is such a nice man. That was something I had to do as well. I had to apply for jobs, which is exhausting in a foreign language. When you have to write a CV in a foreign language, oh my god, it's just not fun. And then the stress of going for interviews and you have to like wonder, are you even going to be able to understand what they're asking you? Oh my god, yeah, that's stressful. But thankfully I got a really nice boss, a nice easy going job as well. I suppose traveling alone as well, people would probably wonder if I got lonely. Definitely there were times when I got lonely. I also had a group of like au pair friends as well, which was mainly thanks to Maeve. So Maeve, if you're watching this, if I was lonely, like I'd go hang out with them, and they were all English speaking, so it was like just so much more easygoing than when I was with Spanish people. I didn't have to think so much, and like I didn't have to worry about how I was portraying myself, because you portray yourself so differently in a foreign language because you only have so much vocabulary, like you can't talk as freely. Like I'm not fluent, so I just couldn't express myself the same, so it was nice to just hang out with like English speaking people and just be like free. I didn't get homesick at all. I'm just not that kind of person. I'm very unsentimental, and I don't miss things, and I don't really miss people either, and I know that sounds really harsh, but it's just the way I am. I didn't get lonely in that sense, in that like I wanted to go home, I wanted to see my family, I wanted to see my friends. Like I just don't really get like that, so in that way it was kind of easy for me. Definitely a lot of friendships kind of came and went during the time, because during July and August a lot of Spanish people go on holidays. Yeah, so like I would make a lot of friends that I'd have around for maybe like 3 weeks, and then they'd be gone like traveling or gone on holidays or gone to spend time with their family in another part of Spain or something. That was kind of annoying, because you'd like start building a relationship, start feeling more comfortable expressing yourself in Spanish, and then they'd leave, and then you'd have to find new people to kind of start all over again with. But like it was grand. I don't really want to go too into detail about Madrid and like what's good to do, what's not good to do, because I feel like that would be like a separate video. But just trust me when I say there's so much to do there. and it's just such a great city in so many different ways. And yeah, that was kind of my summer. I don't really know what else to say about it. I suppose if you have any questions, I can leave my curious cat in the description, and you can ask me there if you don't want me to know who you are, which a lot of people seem to not want, or you can just comment on the video and maybe I'll do like a Q&A or something. But I filmed a 1 second a day video. It's not a 1 second a day because I've got clips that are like loads from the same day, and it's not 1 second a day, but it's at least 1 second a day, let's say. So I have that to put in here. I guess I'll also put in some of my favorite pictures from Madrid because that's cute too. All in all, it was such a good experience. I'm so glad I did it, and honestly I'm really proud of myself because I remember it wasn't the first night, it was the second night I was there. I was like, there is no fucking way I'm gonna be able to do this. But I think that happens to literally everyone whenever you travel anywhere. You have like that first night panic. Well, it always happens to me anyway. Even if I'm on holidays for a week, I'll be like, oh, why am I here? It was literally day after day of stepping out of your comfort zone. I don't know. I'm happy that I did it. I'm happy I stuck it out, and I definitely want to go back. So yeah, I guess I'll leave you with my little 1 second a day, not 1 second a day video and some pics. Thank you for watching. I hope I'll be back to making videos more regularly. I don't know if they'll be weekly, but I guess I just kind of have to sit down and plan out some ideas, or plan out what I want to do with the channel, because to be honest, the last year, obviously it hasn't been good for the channel because I haven't been uploading that often, but it's also like I just haven't had any kind of direction when it came to videos. But right now, like, I don't want to make videos just to make videos. So for the past year, I've kind of just been making videos when I felt like, oh, this is something I want to document. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how final year goes. I'm currently unemployed, so trying to find a job. Yes, sir. That's kind of the video, I think. Give us an all thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more whenever that more may come. Rightio, Joe. I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.
Se acostó temprano mañana. Pero llamó a la amiga diciendo pa' janguear. Tiene un culito ahí que le acabo de testear. Ella es calladita, pero para el sexo es atrevida. Yo sé marihuana y bebida, gozándose la vida como es. Ella es calladita, pero para el sexo es atrevida.
It's a video!
Ella no era así, no sé quién la dañó. Ella no era así, no sé quién la dañó. Pero ahora enrola y la del que vende, ey, nena mala de repente. No sé si me miente, pero sé que tiene más de 20. Los shots de tequila ni lo siente. Ahora ve la vida diferente. Buena, pero delincuente. La baby llega y se siente la presión. Ella ni trata y llama la atención. Ey, el perreo es su profesión. Siempre apuesta para la misión. La baby llega y se siente la presión. Ella ni trata y llama la atención. El perreo es su profesión. Siempre apuesta para la misión. Ella es calladita, pero para el sexo es atrevida. Yo sé marihuana y bebida, gozándose la vida como es. Pero para el sexo es atrevida. Yo sé marihuana y bebida.
Looks like shit.
Se dejó hace poco y tiene vida nueva. Anda con una amiga que es como su jeva, que le trajo 512 pa' que se la beba. Ella es calladita, no es que no se atreva. Si hay sol, hay playa. Si hay playa, hay alcohol.
Baby, one more time.